Teman-teman yang sedang kalian saksikan saat ini adalah Cerewetin Inter. Apa kabar teman-teman semua? Semoga dalam keadaan sehat. Cerewetin Inter hari ini sangat spesial teman-teman. Untuk pertama kalinya gue akan ngobrol dengan jurnalis luar Indonesia. Namanya Nima, dia jurnalis Calcio, salah satu host dari The Italian Football Podcast. Dan kalau teman-teman di sini ada yang suka baca berita dari Sempre Inter, beliau adalah pembuatnya. Oke deh, nggak usah pakai berlama-lama lagi. Gua deg-degan teman-teman. Oh ya, konten ini dibuat tepat sebelum pertandingan Inter melawan Torino. Jadi tengah malam banget nih. Yuk langsung aja kita ngobrol dengan Nima. Cerewetan ceking kita, nyerewetin apa aja. Hey Nima, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. It's the season is going to start. We're recording this just about 30, 40 minutes before Inter play against Torino. So I'm excited to see what happens now. All the talking is done. All the pre-season discussions are finished. Now it's time for Marotta and Ausilio to show that what they've done in the pre-season is good enough to actually deliver on the pitch.
Yeah. For me, after this call, I will go live on YouTube for Inter Torino commentary, so the timing is perfect. Did you know Indonesia have a huge Inter community, very passionate, very supportive, and always watching Inter no matter what. And it's already 2 a.m. here, but we are used to staying up for watching Serie A, even though the Premier League usually kick off and yeah, friendly hours.
No, I know. I have met back when Erik Tohir bought Inter. I met people who were part of the Inter Club Indonesia board. I remember Rudy, who I don't think he's no longer involved. I know he was the president of Inter Club Indonesia.
Yeah.
He's a good friend of mine. So I'm very well
Mm,
aware of the huge number of Inter fans in Indonesia.
yeah. Now your prediction about Inter this season. Where will we finish in Serie A?
I don't think Inter will win. I don't think Inter will be able to win the Scudetto. I don't think Inter will even be in a Scudetto race.
Oh,
I think on paper, I think Inter have the best squad. No doubt about it. I think Inter
mm.
on paper has the best squad, but Christian Kivu is only 13 matches on his CV,
Yeah.
and he's up against Antonio Conte, who's one of the best coaches in the world, one of the best,
Mm,
if not the best league manager
yeah.
in Italian football history. He's up against a Max Allegri, who, yes, Milan have a weaker squad, but Napoli are good and they won, the reigning champions. And Antonio Conte is better than
Mm,
he's ever been. So I think I'm really worried about the tactical question marks around Christian Kivu. I'm worried
mm.
about his experience. I hope I'm wrong, but I think Inter will finich third in the Serie A.
Sure. Okay. For Serie A in general, it'll be two horse race. Napoli with which team or Napoli dominating the league?
I think I don't think there's going to be much of a race this season. I think Napoli will just cruise to victory. But if there is a victory, if there is a two-horse race,
Mm.
I think Milan, because they play once a week, they
Mm.
have Allegri, he
Oh
knows
yeah.
this league inside out. I think if anyone can make it a race, it'd probably be either Juve if they can with Igor Tudor, because I think Tudor is a good coach. But I
Mm.
believe more in Milan and Allegri. I really do.
Okay. And then for Coppa Italia and Super Coppa, what are the changes?
Look, I think Inter's biggest need to win something
Mm.
because last
Agree.
season was zero trophies, zero titoli. I think Inter would like to win the Silver Star. If you know, every time you win 10 Coppa Italias, you get a Silver Star. Every time you win
Mm.
10 Scudetti, you get a Gold Star. I think
Yeah.
Inter would like to win that 10th Coppa Italia and get that Silver Star.
Mm.
So I think I'll put my money on Inter.
Coppa Italia and Super Coppa, Inter will get both of trophy.
No, I don't think Inter will win the Supercoppa. I think Napoli will win the Supercoppa. I think
Oh.
Napoli win the Supercoppa, and I think Inter win the Coppa Italia.
Oh, okay. And then in Champions League, how far Inter can go?
Round of 16, quarterfinal, somewhere there. Depends on the draw. It depends on the draw. I
Yeah.
don't think we're going to see an Inter that goes deep into the tournament, no. I think of all the Serie A clubs, I think Napoli have the best chance to get the farthest. I think Antonio Conte wants to prove that he can do it in Europe. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a difficult year for Serie A clubs in the Champions League, except for Napoli.
Mm.
If anyone reaches a semi-final, I think it'll be Napoli.
Not final again, back to back final.
No, 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 no. I don't see any Serie A team being able to do that. I think Real Madrid are in the beginning of something big. PSG are absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City can never be discounted. No, I think unfortunately the window for a Serie A club to win the Champions League has closed now.
Okay. Now we will talk about the individual player who will be Inter best player MVP, and then top scorer, top assist, and best signing for Inter.
I think Petar Sucic could be the best player and the best signing. Um,
Wow.
I think he's a fantastic player. He's a fantastic talent. And if he can
Mm.
express that onto the pitch, I think Inter have a absolute potential superstar on their hands. Lautaro, I think, will score the most because he's the captain, he's the goal
Yeah.
scorer. But I also want to mention Francesco Pio Esposito, who I really rate. He's a player. He's the first time in many years that a former Inter youth player has me this excited. I watch a lot of Serie B. I watched Spezia last season quite a bit, and to see his development was truly remarkable. I hope and think he will also break through this year.
Talking about Susik, he will be make his debut tonight versus Torino. Uh, what do you think about his best position? Regista, Mezzala?
No, no, he's not a regista, and he shouldn't play as a regista. He's more of a mezzala.
Mm,
Ideally, he should play in a double pivot in a 3-4-2-1. He's a very dynamic player. He covers a
mm,
lot of space. He's very, very mobile, but he's not a regista. He's more of a box to box, and he's very dynamic, and he's a very,
mm.
very, very. He has a lot of stamina, and he can cover a lot of football, cover a lot of ground. So, yeah, he's not a regista. He's more a mezzala if anything
Okay.
at all. But I think double pivot is what his ideal is a position.
Okay, the last nih, Ma. For Serie A, top scorer, top assist, MVP, and maybe best signing for Serie A.
I think the MVP will be one of because will be either Kevin De Bruyne or Rafael Leao or Kenan Yildiz because I think it's one
Oh,
of those. It depends on who wins the Scudetto. I think
yep.
Napoli are going to do it, so I think Kevin De Bruyne is going to get it. Top
Mm,
goal scorer, I think Jonathan David. He's a goal scorer. He scores. He's not a fantastic player, but he's a
mm,
goal scorer. He'll score 20 goals, 15, 20 goals for sure.
mm.
Rafael Leao, if he's fit and he plays and he can play centrally, which and I think he'll score lots of goals too. So top goal scorer Jonathan David or Leao, MVP I Kevin De Bruyne because I think Napoli are going to win the Scudetto.
I didn't hear Inter names on your best list. I think you are quite pessimistic
No, I'm not
about Inter
pessimistic. I'm
this.
not pessimistic at all. I'm neither optimistic or pessimistic. I'm just realistic.
Yes.
Last season I had Inter much higher up than this season because I think the Inter is in the middle of a generational shift. I think it's important to be honest with Inter fans. The
Mm,
the winning cycle is the way from what I see is finished. This is a new cycle that's starting.
mm.
The old cycle is over. This is a new cycle.
Okay.
Giuseppe Bergomi said today that Inter have bought 5 players, all under 23, and none of them are starters. That's important. That's an important point. So Inter have better depth than they had last season, but it's a
Mm.
new cycle. There's lots of
Yeah.
new young players, and in order for Inter to win, all of them have to hit the ground running. I'm not entirely sure they will be, but again, every cycle has a beginning and an end. Inzaghi and Conte's cycle ended last in May. Now it's the new Inter under Oak Tree. The Tohir Suning era ended. Now it's the Oak Tree era, and it starts this tonight against Torino.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you so much for your insight, Nima. I really appreciate your time. I will upload this interview on my channel, and of course, I will tag your account and Italian Football Podcast. Thank you.
You too, always
Thank
a
you,
pleasure.
Forza
Forza
Inter.
Inter.
Wah, gokil. Deg-degan juga ternyata. Pengalaman perdana ya, debut ngobrol sama jurnalis asing, gokil. Kalau teman-teman gimana nih? Setuju nggak dengan pendapat Nima bahwa Inter tidak akan Scudetto, bahkan tidak akan bersaing ya untuk merebut Scudetto, mentok-mentok peringkat 3? Silahkan tuliskan cerewetan teman-teman di kolom komentar. Terima kasih untuk yang sudah menyaksikan. Kritik, ajakan kerjasama bisa hubungi gue di link yang ada di kolom deskripsi. Sampai ketemu di cerewetan-cerewetan berikutnya. Bye-bye, thank you. Cerewetan ceking